Welcome to Fire Extinguisher Training. Regulations and programs for fire extinguishers. Washington and Oregon has set specific regulations to ensure the safe use and proper maintenance of fire extinguishers. These requirements help protect workers during fire emergencies. Our company follows its own program to comply with these regulations and keep employees safe. Why we care. Knowing where your fire extinguisher is and how to use it can save lives. Most fires start small, and quick action is key to stopping them before spreading. Acting promptly can be the difference between minor damage and major loss, or even saving a life. Proper training is essential because it builds confidence, improves response time, and ultimately keeps everyone safer in an emergency. After this training, you will be able to meet the following learning objectives. Identify where to find the regulations and programs that address portable fire extinguisher use. Describe the steps in the RACE emergency response procedure. Determine if it is safe to fight the fire or if you should evacuate. Identify the 5 classes of fire extinguishers. Explain the pass method for using a fire extinguisher. Discuss the proper use of a fire blanket for equipment and clothing fires. Review how to complete a fire extinguisher inspection and accurately fill out an inspection tag. Describe the procedures for maintaining fire extinguishers, including inspection, care, and when to remove them from service. All our employees are required to receive fire extinguisher safety training upon hire. The training covers the hazards associated with incipient stage firefighting, that is, fighting a fire at its earliest stage when it can still be controlled with a portable extinguisher. Emergency response procedures for a fire event will be explained. This training also includes the general principles of how to use a fire extinguisher properly. Fire emergency response procedures. When to fight a fire and when to evacuate. In the event of a fire, follow the RACE procedure. R. Rescue anyone in immediate danger but only if it's safe to do so. A. Alarm. Activate the fire alarm within 10 seconds to alert others. C. Confine. Close doors as you exit to help contain the fire and slow its spread. E. Evacuate calmly, using the designated evacuation routes. Call your supervisor immediately after evacuating and 911 if lives are in danger. Only fight a fire if it's safe to do so. You should only attempt to fight a fire if all of the following conditions are true. The fire is still in the incipient phase, meaning it just started, it's small, and can be controlled with a portable extinguisher. You've been trained and you have the correct type of extinguisher for the fire. You have a clear, unobstructed escape route behind you, and there is no heavy smoke or toxic fumes present. If any of these conditions aren't met, evacuate immediately. You should immediately evacuate an area where there is a fire if any of these conditions are present. The fire is spreading beyond the source. The area fills with smoke or intense heat. You feel unsure or unsafe. Or if you have not been trained or feel you cannot successfully operate the extinguisher. Fire extinguishers, classifications and use. Understanding the different classes of fire extinguishers is essential for effectively responding to fire emergencies. Generally, fires are classified into 5 types. Class A extinguishers are designed for fires involving ordinary combustible materials such as wood, paper, cloth, and some plastics. Class B extinguishers are intended for fires involving flammable liquids, including gasoline, oil, paint, and grease. Class C extinguishers are used for fires involving energized electrical equipment. These extinguishers use non-conductive agents to prevent electrical shock. Class D extinguishers are specialized for fires involving combustible metals such as magnesium, titanium, and sodium. These require unique extinguishing agents because conventional methods may make fires worse. Class K extinguishers are specifically designed for kitchen fires involving cooking oils and fats, typically found in commercial kitchens. It is critical to select the appropriate class of extinguisher for the type of fire to ensure safety and effectiveness. Using the wrong extinguisher can worsen the situation or cause injury. Use the acronym PASS when operating a fire extinguisher. P. Pull the pin and quickly test the extinguisher to make sure it works. A. Aim at the base of the fire from about 6 to 8 feet away. This is where the flames are fueled. S. Squeeze the handle smoothly and with control to release the extinguishing agent. S. Sweep side to side, covering the entire base of the fire until it is fully extinguished. Here's a pro tip. When pulling the pin, hold the extinguisher by the body, not the handle. Holding the handle will trap the pin. Some fire extinguishers can handle more than one type of fire, making them useful in places where different fire risks may occur. For example, an ABC extinguisher works on Class A fires, such as wood and paper, Class B fires, like flammable liquids, and Class C fires involving electrical equipment. It uses a dry chemical that is safe around electricity and stops fires quickly. BC fire extinguishers are also available, which cover flammable liquids and electrical fires, but not ordinary combustibles. These multi-class extinguishers are great because you do not need a separate extinguisher for every situation. It is up to the supervisors to decide which extinguishers are used in the work area based on the hazards present. How to use fire blankets effectively. Some locations may have fire blankets available. Fire blankets work by keeping the fire from getting oxygen. Supervisors shall regularly remind workers of how to use a fire blanket using the following steps. For small tabletop or equipment fires, simply cover the fire completely with the blanket to extinguish the fire. If someone's clothing catches fire, it is important to wrap the blanket around the person fully without leaving any gaps. This ensures the flames are completely smothered and reduces the risk of injury. Provide first aid and call for help if needed. Fire extinguisher inspection programs. Fire extinguishers need to be inspected monthly. When inspecting a fire extinguisher, there are several key things to check to ensure it's ready for use. First, look at the gauge. It should be in the green zone, indicating proper pressure. Next, inspect the cylinder for any dents or damage that could affect its integrity. Check the hose. It should be clear, flexible, and free of cracks or blockages. Make sure the pin and seal are in place and unbroken, meaning the extinguisher hasn't been used or tampered with. Look at the tag. It should be clearly initialed and dated to show the last inspection. For powder extinguishers, it's important to turn them upside down occasionally to loosen the powder and prevent clumping. If any of these items fail inspection, tag the extinguisher as out of service, notify your supervisor immediately, and arrange for temporary fire protection until it's replaced or repaired. Managers must make sure fire extinguishers are placed in visible and accessible locations. The manager retains inspection records for at least 1 year after the last entry or the life of the shell, whichever is less. Inspection tags must be affixed to the fire extinguishers and initialed monthly during routine inspections. The facilities maintenance department is responsible for ensuring annual, 6- and 12-year inspections are completed at TriMet facilities. All extinguishers must be hydrostatically tested or replaced as recommended by the manufacturer. Fire Extinguisher Program, Information and Resources. Where you can access information on fire extinguishers. Our company uses several documents to support our fire extinguisher program, and all documents are available on the Toolr app. Here are some key takeaways from this training on emergency readiness, proper use, and inspection of fire extinguishers. Know what to do for emergency response in case of a fire by remembering the RACE acronym: Rescue, Alarm, Confine, and Evacuate. Decide when to fight a fire and when to evacuate. Use extinguishers on small, incipient stage fires. Evacuate if the fire is spreading or you're unsure you can escape. Use the proper type of fire extinguishers: A for ordinary combustibles, B for flammable liquids, C for electrical fire, D for combustible metals, and K for kitchen fires. Use the pass method when putting out a fire. Pull the pin, aim at the base of the fire, squeeze the handle, and sweep back and forth until the fire is extinguished. Managers must assign someone to inspect all fire extinguishers monthly. Check the pressure indicator, pin, hose, and don't forget to update the tag. Remember that location matters. Keep extinguishers visible, unobstructed, and within the required travel distances. Be prepared. If you have the right fire extinguisher and it's safe to do so, You might prevent a disastrous event by using a fire extinguisher. Congratulations! You have completed fire extinguisher training presentation. To get credit for this class, take the fire extinguisher exam.